Today we are with a very special character. She's also one of the prominent women leaders in Sri Lanka. We can proudly say she's a product of PIM as well. She's currently working at Mastercard Sri Lanka as a director. She's none other than Mrs. Mahesha Amarasuriya. Warmly welcome you, madam, and thank you for accepting our request also to take part this session. Right. So let's start our question, starting with the leadership model and style. How would you describe your leadership style?
So I think primarily one thing I strongly believe in is empowerment, empowering those around you to bring the best of them. And secondly, I believe in supportive leadership style. That means it connects with empowerment. As much as you empower and allow a team to do what they want or flourish the way they want, supporting them and backing them. So, if I very simply say it's important that your team feel that I got their back. You know? And then, thirdly, it's collaborative leadership. It's not about you work for me, you and I work together. So, there is like a feeling of teamwork that a leader is also part of the team, and the outcome is not one person's ownership, the outcome is shared. So, that's what I think.
Right. So next question should be around the people and change leadership. So how do you motivate and develop your teams during period of change?
Change is something that people are generally very reluctant. I think by nature do want to change. But however, having said that, in today's context, change is the most important thing, and also being able to adapt to change is also equally important. If you see those who win today or those who succeed today are those who are the fastest to adapt to change, right? Not the fittest but the fastest. So hence I think getting this attitude in a change, or the culture, changing the culture and getting people's attitude changed is primary. That means one way of doing it is creating transparency. If people really know what is going on, what is the end result or what is the end goal of whatever the change that is going on in an organization, people will be more trusting, and they will feel ready to change. Sometimes when they don't know what's going on, and if information is shared bit by bit, that creates uncertainty and doubt. So that is primarily, I think, the main important thing. And then again, I bring in a situation of change, it is important to create empowerment and autonomy. So people should also be able to lead certain verticals, or lead certain projects, or lead certain teams, and have ownership in what they do. Make them accountable, responsible for their action as well as the end result. And I think that is having change management.
Okay, so next question is about the achievements. I know you have done a lot of achievements in your career. So what do you consider your most significant leadership achievement?
Okay, so firstly, I think leadership is really about how you make an impact. Um, so I would look at a couple of examples. Okay, firstly, back in my previous organization, I started private banking at Cargill's Bank, and I consider it an achievement because I had to start that department from the scratch, from recruiting staff to setting up the building to even working out a name for the brand, the design, the interior, to everything. So like an end-to-end process. So finally seeing the outcome was personal satisfaction for me to see that. Secondly, moving to cards at the same bank, I had to move to cards suddenly, and then heading that department and taking that department to some couple of achievements. That was one of the things that I'm proud about. And then in my current role at Mastercard, I'm happy about the collaboration I led and I'm leading with Lankape, the partnership that Mastercard and Lankape is having. Then on a personal note, because I started off saying leadership is about the impact you make, and on a personal note, I supported a young family where the husband was diagnosed with aneurysm and he had to undergo surgery, and a substantial amount of money was required. And I mean, it was like a mini project of raising that money and then making sure that he recovered, he underwent the surgery, and then helping the family during that time. Uh, though it was a tiny project for me, it has a great satisfaction because finally leadership is really not about the positions you hold, but the impact that you create.
Okay, so my next question is about leadership lessons, what you gained through your leadership. So, what are key leadership lessons have you shaped the leader you are today?
One thing is on prioritizing, that is managing the strategic thinking with the operational hustle, as you say, because you tend to get bogged down with a lot of day-to-day activity and then lose track of key strategic priorities. So having that conscious mind and focusing is important. And of course, I don't know whether I would say it a lesson, but I would add it because it's my belief. Honesty and integrity in any role you play, in whatever you do, maintaining honesty, maintaining integrity is critical. And the third lesson, very important, is to choose your battles. Choose your battles because sometimes you have to lose certain battles in order to win the war. So have the end picture in mind. You need to have an end vision, and you may not succeed in everything every day. So that is okay. Sometimes you have to let go. You can't achieve everything. You can't win everything, and that is all right because eventually you have an end picture and that's where you're going, and you should be able to overcome the hurdles on the way.
Okay, so in today's modern society, you all know the women are having a lot of barriers in their career, profession, wherever they work. So as a woman leader, what was the most invisible barrier you face?
See, I think I would generalize it to say not me, but women in maybe all of the women. It's really not a barrier per se, but it is more like a challenge that women have to deal with and manage. It is really balancing diverse roles. So as a woman, you need to play the role of your corporate role, and then you do have the role of a wife, you have the role of a daughter, you have a role of a mother, which you need to parallelly play. And it is okay not to be perfect, and that is really my belief, and that is the message I also want to share because nobody can be perfect in all of these roles, and the challenge and the success of it is accepting that imperfection, to know that you can't be perfect and being able to give your best in each of these roles. So when you're at work, you give your best at work, and when you are with your family, give your best there, but you cannot do all of it at once. If I am working late, I am missing out time with my family. If I have taken a day off and I am at home, that means I am probably missing an important meeting at work. So you need to understand that and accept that, and that is the way to overcome that challenge.
So we have come to the end of our questionnaires. So could you please say what is your advice to the upcoming leaders in this country?
Okay. So my advice to the young people is that you need to like what you do. So find something that makes you happy. Happiness is, as they say, is a journey and not a destination. So that's primarily my advice. And secondly, it is about caring. It is about being helping others, and it is not only about yourself because we see that young people, I mean, it's a little different from what it used to be. People are more on their own, people are more isolated, and there is not much of collaborative work or teamwork. So it's important to be part of the society, support your family, your friends, spend time with them while you achieve your dreams.
So that's conclude our questions, and thank you, Mrs. Mahesha Amarasuriya, for having your valuable insight. And I personally know she's very busy in his career, but she was good enough to reserve a time slot for us and give her thoughts. So once again, thank you, Mrs. Mahesha.